Good morning. Good morning from Melbourne, Australia. Good evening to friends in the US. And hello to anyone who's watching on replay. I am Nancy Hetker. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Melbourne, Australia. And I am going to show you today a technique that I found from, another Stampin' Up! Demonstrator posted it somewhere, but she had found it from Jennifer McGuire, Jennifer McGuire Inc., who's a very famous paper crafter. And this is a technique that she uses to color in bold images especially when she's making bulk cards, which we all do sometimes. So let me get that out of the way. And I'm going to start with showing you a couple of cards that I made. This is using the Good Morning Magnolia stamp set and using the big magnolia image. And we've all had fun playing with it, coloring with blends and watering coloring and all kinds of stuff like that. But here is a series of 3 cards that I made. They're identical except for the shade of green. So this one's Mossy Meadow, this one's Old Olive, and this one is Pear Pizzazz. You can see they're, go darker to lighter here. And it just changed up the color of the matte and the ink on the sentiment and in the leaves and stem. So the way to get it to color quickly and easily, I'll show you one of these really fast, and then I'll show you, take it back a couple steps and show you as well. So get this off. This definitely, especially if you're doing it in bulk, you need to have the Stamparatus or another stamp positioning tool, but Stamparatus is of course the best. And this is just a 1/4 sheet of cardstock because this will ultimately get cut out, and the magnet is kind of optional there, but we're going to put it in place. And this one I'm going to stamp in Early Espresso. That's nice and juicy. And you could see, if you're doing them in bulk, you just go through and do this step all the way through, the whole number of them that you wanted to do. When Jennifer was doing hers, I think she did 50 of them. And she didn't do them all identically, but they all had the same layout. She changed up the colors on them because she said otherwise she gets bored, which I totally get. Just cleaning that off so we don't get ink in various places. So with that still in place, I'm going to flip this around. I have the hello lined up, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. I think we're going to use Pear Pizzazz again. And again, the magnet has held it all in place. Oh, that's not where the hello goes. Anyway, this is going to get cut out, but if I were doing it all on the same panel, the hello would just stamp on like that. You could do them all really fast. Anyhow, waking up still apparently this morning. I will show you now the quick and easy way to get the color in there. What I did was I stamped this image again on a piece of white craft foam. You can see it there, I think. And it's all lined up to go this way. And where's my petal pink? Right there. So what I did was I stamped it in StazOn on white craft foam, and I cut it out with my paper snips, And then she said use removable adhesive, but what I did was I took scraps from the cling. You know, when we get these and we put the stickers on the back of our stamps for the cling foam, well, you still got these edges. And so that's what I did, is I applied that on the back there. So now it easily will peel off and re-stick. And now what you can do is you can ink up that foam and go ahead and stamp. And that's not going to come out real well because, in fact, because it's thinner than the foam, the original foam stamp. I'm using another piece of craft foam and the foam pad that came with the Stamparatus to raise that up. There we go. Now let's try again. There we go. We can add some more ink if we want to. And it doesn't have to be perfect because it's kind of, you know, perfectly imperfect. There we go. How's that? And then give that a quick clean. And I'm gonna flip it over because I stamped it twice actually, and I cut out the main flower and I cut out the leaves, and then on the second one I cut out just that center spot. I'm gonna add some more ink right in the middle there and clean that off. Remove that one. And then here's all of the leaves and the stem are mounted on this one, you see. And what you do is you just place it down over the stamped image. I will show you that in a minute. I'm gonna do Pear Pizzazz, as we said. As you get going production line, this will go really fast. So you're not sitting there with your blends. So there it is, all filled in with color. So I'm just gonna clean that off, and then I will walk it back a step or two and show you how I did this. So I'm just gonna set that aside. Hold on to that. Okay, so that was Good Morning Magnolia, and here's another one that I think would be really good with this technique, and it's Beautiful Day, and it is retiring, but it's still got some great big bold images, and I will show you what I've done. So there is the flower stamp mounted, and I have gone ahead and I have stamped it twice. I went ahead and I cut out the leaf and the center, and now I'm going to show you. This stuff is so easy to cut, like butter. And you want to cut like right on the line. How are you all doing? Another week of staying at home. So this one I'm doing just the flower image itself. If I didn't want to have the center cut out for a color, on its own, I wouldn't even have had to stamp it twice because that leaf would be easy to cut out on its own. Some of them that are very detailed, I think you could spend a lot of time cutting out lots and lots of stuff. But at that point, I'm not sure it's worth it so much. So, but this one is bold and quick and easy. And I'm going to show you something else once I get this. Basically, you're making your own filler stamp. Not basically, you actually are. So there's the flower, and then I have a piece of the, this is again from the stamps that are, when you get your stamp set and you're putting your stickers on it and it's got that cling sticker, there are edges, and so that's what this is. This is an edge, and just remember the thinner backing is the part that's on the cling side, and the thicker backing paper is the part that sticks to your stamp. And you want to put it on this side because you want the downside to, yeah. I can't talk today, but I think you know what I mean. So there's one piece. And it doesn't have to cover the entire thing, but I am gonna put, ooh, that's sticky. That's a good thing. Another bit on there. And then you can just trim off some excess there. Okay. Really, it's sticky now. That's a good thing. Okay, so there we go. Now, there's one other thing I want to show you before I get too far into this, and that is Stampin' Up! Yesterday, released what they're calling the COVID-19 Give Back. I'm going to close these up for a moment. And this is a PDF download that anyone can purchase. It's $12 US money wherever you are, and they've got it set up. It'll just automatically convert when you pay. And what it is 15 pages of COVID-themed sentiments with some images too. So let's just roll with it with some toilet paper rolls. I totally share my toilet paper with you. There's all kinds of fun ones. Have another quarantini. And they have them in black and white, and they have them in various color patterns. I printed this out on scratch paper, so don't pay any attention to this side. Quarantine and chill. Stay home, stay safe. We are thinking of you in various colors, and they coordinate with Stampin' Up! Colors. So that's really cool. It's your birthday, let's digitally party. Just breathe, but wear your mask. These are very fun. Some of them are fun, some of them are more serious, but you know, sending hugs from a distance. This coordinates with the new heart punch that we have. And one of the, here's thank you for your service, thank you for your care, thank you for your sacrifice in various color combinations, medical images, not alone, just apart. Though we're not together, we are close at heart. And then in the opening pages here, they tell you some things of how to get them to print properly, but also they tell you the coordinating colors on each page and which products coordinate, so which dies they recommend or punches. Like this says Dandelion Wishes stamp set for something on page 2. Let's see here. Oh, I think it's this one. I can't wait to social and distance with you. This looks like the Dandelion Wishes font. So they make it really easy to be able to use it. which is very nice, I think. So for $12, oh, and 100% of that is going to go to, they've got two different COVID-related charities. One is World Health Organization, and the other is United Way Worldwide. And you can designate whether you want it to go to one or both of those. So I think that's great. You can print them out. I was able, I'll show you what I did. In my on my computer, I was able to digitally cut that and put it onto a sheet and then print it out. I was able to print out multiples just on these card bases, and we're going to stamp this flower on there, and then I can make multiple cards quickly and easily. And it says sending love and paper hugs, and send them out to some friends who are, of course, all isolated right now. So let's get this in production. So I have my, don't need that one. I have my flower set up on here, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that on. And I went ahead and printed in black because I'm gonna do this in Memento Tuxedo Black. And when I did it on the foam, I actually used the StazOn because it works better on plasticky surfaces. So let's get that on there. Whoops, need to get it up there a little more. And a little more. Okay. Let's see what happens if we'll try that on the next one. That'll do for that. We shouldn't really need foam under, but let's try it. I'm glad Kevin's coming home, Roseanne. Are you gonna make him isolate for 14 days? I'm laughing, but that's what they would do here. There we go. That works better. So, and we've got one more. So you can see how quickly, if you got this all set up, it'll just go, go, go. Okay, so there are my outlines all stamped. And so I will take that platform off. This one back in. Now this, I think I know from experience, we need both layers of foam. Okay, so what you do now, remember I've cut this out, I've stamped it with the StazOn, I've cut it out, I've put the cling adhesive scraps from other stamps on there, and now I'm going to line that up with my stamped image, and it's going to overlap the outline, which is good. And now I'm going to bring this plate in and just pick it up, and it's ready to go. So I'm going to stamp this one in Highland Heather. First one may take a couple of stampings because there's no ink on there and it's not really designed for ink. That's pretty darn good. I think I'm pretty happy with that. So what I would do, again, mass producing, because we stamped all of these with the Stamparatus and they're in exactly the same place. These should line up in exactly the same place. Hello everybody, nice to see you here. I am using craft foam to make a fill stamp for some outline stamps I have to be able to mass produce, and I'm also using a sentiment from the brand new COVID-19 Give Back PDF sentiment set that Stampin' Up! Just released, about less than 24 hours ago. So there is, get a little more ink over there. Here we go. There are the main flowers. I can close that up, clean this off. Nice thing with the Stamparatus is I don't have to worry about the ink that got onto the plate because it's keeping it up off the paper. So on this side are the leaf and this little center bit that I had cut out already. And I'm just trying to figure out how this one goes. Goes this side up. And it goes like this. And then the leaf will go right in there. And now I'll use the plate to pick them up. And let's see, this, because they're two different colors, it might actually be easier to do them on different plates, but I'm just going to go with it today. Yes, no, you can save them. In fact, I will put them right into the case with the stamp set. I'll just put it on the inside cover on the left side. That's why the cling stuff is so great. And there we go. Look at that. Yeah, absolutely. And yes, it is just plain old craft foam from the big box craft store, whatever that is where you live. White is probably easiest to use because you can see when you've got ink on it. But there's no other reason it has to be white. If you've got, like it's identical to this royal blue one that I've got, it just wouldn't be as easy to see. How's that for quick and easy? And then you could see how if you were doing 50 of them and you got bored with the colors, you could totally change it up quickly and easily. Just clean them off and pick out different colors. Okay, so we'll stop that now. Just do a little bit of cleanup so I don't get ink everywhere. So the other thing you can do with the craft foam, and I'll show you guys that another time probably, is you can use your punches or your dies to cut it out and mount it up and use it like a stamp. So that's pretty cool too. So then I've just got really simple layer. You know, you could use more elaborate layers. You could put the layers on with dimensionals. Like I said, this one was supposed to be very quick and easy. To put stuff together to send out to people. So there's that one. There's the other bits ready to go. And here's the one I did with the Good Morning Magnolia. And this one I used the die then to cut it out once I had stamped it and filled it in with the color. So yeah, that's what I have for you today. Not a very long one. That makes up for last week, I'm sure. And yeah, so I really encourage you to go online. I'll have a link on my blog and on the video notes for this video. This COVID-19 give back, which $12 US, and it all goes to your choice of one or both of the COVID-19 related charities that they're supporting. It's awesome, and they're just really, really fun. Here's one to put on the back of your envelopes. No saliva was used on this envelope. And if you don't already know this, if you have an aqua painter, that's an excellent, excellent way to seal your envelopes. You are essential to me. Spread joy, not germs. Just really fun. I changed out of my night pajamas into my day pajamas to send you this card. Just really fun. So enjoy all of this. I hope you try this technique. It is fun and easy and really a great way to mass produce things. Yeah, that's what I have, and I will see you next week. Thanks. Bye-bye.